Well, hello and welcome to WAM Wednesday, where we do a little bit of weekly accountability. That's what the WAM is, weekly accountability meetings. And if you're in a network or one of my coaching clients, you'll know what a WAM is. And it's not something that you want to shy away from. I mean, you want accountability. A lot of people take the word accountability and make it real negative and think, oh man, he's going to put my feet to the fire. And well, no, you need to be the one putting your feet to the fire, because if you're going to set these goals, you want to make sure that you're not just out there wasting time, right? You want to get them happening. So weekly accountability, what we want to do is we want to support you, make sure that you're getting what you need to get going. And while we're not going to do any private coaching here in Facebook, I do want to give you some guidelines for yourself, so you can kind of you know make yourself accountable each week and look at these things and see if they don't help you a little bit. And also every week I'm going to give you just a few little strategies that might help. And today we're going to go over 7 strategies to ignite your productivity. Some of you might be doing these already. Some of you might go, oh yeah, I remember I should be doing that. Just simple stuff, nothing mind altering or earth-shattering, just something out there that we want to bring your attention. These things are very, very important to keep you on track. Okay, well, the first thing that we always talk about with accountability are our key actions or key productive indicators, which is what you may be using. And if you're not using either one of them, you need to use one of them, because when it boils down to attaining your goals, it's really all about math. It's just percentages, and that's what sales is. That's what life is. It's just math. How often are you doing the things that you need to be doing to get to your goal? So I want to back up real quick and just go in here. I'm going to back out of here altogether. So let me get rid of the banner here for you. I'm going to hide the banner, and then I'm going to back out here so you can see the screen a little better. And then we're going to go over and talk about what a key action really is. Now, key action, they are actions that are absolutely essential to achieving your goal. And I want to go over that one more time. They're not little things you got to do on the to-do list. It's not picking up milk and grabbing the dry cleaning on the way home. Key actions are the actions that are absolutely essential to achieving your goals. And typically you'll see what I work with in this format is 4 goals a week. You can do 3 goals a week, whatever it is. But these are actions that are absolutely essential. I can't speak to that enough. Now, in this scenario, what we looked at was there was a debt situation of about $6,000 that we wanted to get taken care of, get it out of our hair, and we work on a 12-week year, so we're going to look at taking care of this $6,000 debt over 12 weeks. And if you divide that out, it's $500 a week, and round it up, it's $72 a day. So you might look at this $72 and say, well, that's a random number. Well, no, it's just math again. So if we need to save $72 a day to pay off this $6,000 debt in 12 weeks, then we need to create a budget. That's got to be our first key action, is create a budget, how we're going to do that. And the budget may require you to cook for yourself. Maybe on Sunday, just do that meal prep. Make more sales calls, which is usually my way of doing things. If I'm trying to save money or pay something off, it's usually easier for me to go make more than it is to cut things back. But so you might want to make more sales calls. So add some action in there. Add or just stop spending money. On your favorite app. Just quit buying those extra little ditties, or don't even play the daggone thing, right? But because if you quit playing it, then you'll probably be able to make more sales calls. But now that you have your goals and key actions for each day, here let's look at it real quick here. You've got saying I got to cook my own food. I got to make X number of sales calls a week, and hopefully you know what that is. If you don't, that's just math again. We got to figure that out. But how many calls you need to make? You're going to spend nothing on my favorite app, or you're just going to stop playing it altogether. And the end result is I'm going to somehow have $72 extra. Okay, so you're either going to save it or you're going to make it. But if you accomplish these tasks and goals each day, you'll successfully get out of debt and have taken the first big step towards your dream life. So, because one of the big dreams always is to be out of debt, right? So here's what it's going to look like under your 12-week goals section here. And what it would be is my goal here is to get out of debt. And I've just got $6,000. I want to get out of debt. So my key actions are, A, I got to cook my food every day instead of eating out. Well, you might be saying, I'm going to meal prep on Sunday and I'll have all my meals ready. But somehow you want to cook your own food so that you're not eating out. You're probably going to eat healthier, and it's not gonna you're not going to have to pay all that. Now, I'm not advocating here not to support our local businesses. If you want to go out and have a lunch, that's fine. But you're trying to save your money so that you can achieve your goals here. It might be make 40 sales calls a day. Okay, now we're talking about phone calls. I mean, you might be able to make 40 a day, but talking about it's making in this situation, the person had to make 40 sales calls a day to get his percentage of being able to meet with people and then his closing percentage right. And then stop playing Candy Crush. Just get rid of that doggone thing. You won't be buying any extras, and you won't be won't be worried about that. And the end result is you're going to save $72 a day. So those are your key actions for every week. So when we look at that, and you can do your goal, whether it's weight gain, weight loss, whatever it is, you can work on that. But that's we're going to look at that each week. Is what percentage of key actions did you execute last week? And it's simply you list your key actions every single day. If you have 5 a day, then you'll have 20 if you're working a 5-day week, or you're going to have 30 if you work a 7, whatever it is. But you're going to have a number of key actions, and you just look and see, you scratch them off as you go through. So, and it's just math. You divide the ones you did and the ones you didn't, right? And you see what your percentage is. Now is the 70 mean you passed and 60 mean you failed? Well, no, it's up to you, that's something for you to figure out. But obviously, it's very difficult sometimes to get 100% of them, but you want to get as most as you can, right? But I would say if you're in the 70 to 80 range, you're making some good progress. But that's our key indicator for the whole week, is what percentage of key actions did we get executed last week? And if we do that consistently, we're going to start seeing our goals being chopped down and taken care of. But the more important thing we want to look at each week is what victories from the past week are you proud of? In other words, what did you do that really, really got you proud of? I mean, that you're proud of, and you want to give yourself a pat on the back here. Now, you don't want to just go taking victory laps for 3 days on this and get behind, but you do want to give yourself credit and let the subconscious know, hey, we did this. Let Einstein tell Frankenstein, hey, here's what we did this week, dude, and we're proud of this, right? Now, then you got to look at, in this scenario, what do I need to improve upon? We always talk about the 3 things. You got to reflect, and then you got to plan, then you got to execute. So we got to reflect every week. What do I need to improve upon the most? In other words, what did I do but I just didn't do as well as I could, right? And then also every week, gratitude. Of course, we do this every day, but you want to write down your gratitudes for the week. And what are you most grateful for? Because sometimes we neglect this when we get into this. If we go look up here and we didn't have a good key action week, and we didn't feel like we had anything that we're proud of. Well, you do. You just need to find it, and that's what we do at A to B for me, is we help you find that sometimes. And then what I need to prove on? Oh my gosh, I got to prove on everything. Well, you got to find something you're grateful for, because that'll keep you rolling, right? So I always think about, what am I most grateful for, and then at the bottom here, what you want to what I will do to live next week to the fullest. And we're looking mainly in these key 4 areas of relationships, recreation, personal, and health, and work. So, what are you going to do with relationship wise? Going out with your friends, family, taking a spouse out on date night. What is it you're going to do? Recreation wise, what are you going to go out and maybe play some basketball? Or are you going to go out and maybe some of you fish, maybe play some, I don't know what you do, but get out there hiking, whatever it is. And then personal and health, sometimes you can combine all these, right? If you take the wife out on a hike, and you don't kill her doing it, well, you're both getting a little bit healthy. But personal, you want to look at what you need to do to take care of your personal and your health side. You're working out and you're eating right and all those good things. And of course, work. It's a 4-letter word, but hey, you got to do it, right? There's no action if going to be taken care of. You're not get these key actions knocked out if you don't have it. So 4 different areas that you want to look at each week when you're planning your next week. And then your goals. maximum really 4 goals. You can have three, two. You can just have one if you want. But just what are your goals for the week, and what are your key actions that you want to get done in that week? So you want to spell those out for next week. Have it on paper, write it out so you know what they are. And of course, you want them to be check them off and make sure they're all specific, actionable, and measurable. You want to have SMART goals. Make sure that there's something that we can measure here. So when you do these 4 goals, make sure you do that. And then what am I looking forward to most this week? So just make it positive. I mean, of all these things that I've got to do, what am I looking forward to most? And a lot of times, what goes together with it is, if I could accomplish just one thing this week, what would it be? And so many times I look at what I'm most looking forward to. I put an arrow down and say, if I could just accomplish this, I'd be happy. So just put out there what the one big thing is that you'd like to get done this week, and then maybe start your little habit tracker. Of course, this is all coming from the Phoenix Journal, which is really what I advocate that you use. But yeah, you can do this. Just get your journal out and put the action or the habit, and then how many times a week do you need to do this to get this action changed? So are you going to work out 4 times a week or 3 times a week? Or are you going to run? Or your meal prep you could put in here. Sales calls you could put in here. Number of other things, whatever it is that has to do with your goals, things, habits that you're trying to change. This is just a tracker to help remind you to do that. So every time you do it on a daily basis, just check it. So you got to aim. Say I'm going to work out 4 times a week. Then you under aim, you put 4, and then at the end of the week, you should have had 4 checks in there somewhere. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That's what I used to do. But maybe it's 6 days a week, whatever it is, and just get that habit taken care of. So really good 2-page format for you. If any of you want a PDF of this, just put something in comments. I'll get back to you on this, and we'll get this going for you. If you want to copy this, you can just put it in your planner every week and get it rolling for yourself. All right, well, let's look at our 7 strategies to ignite your productivity. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you so you can see a little bit better. There you go. Of course, if you want to get plenty of tasks done in a day, you need to put the following strategies into action, because the more work you do, the more likely to achieve your dreams. And you'll notice that not one of these little bubbles is Candy Crush. So get the apps out of your way. I'm going to make this so you can see the whole spectrum here. But number 1 is always get the necessary amount of sleep and rest that your body requires. And we cheat ourselves a lot in this area because we just don't put that importance on that. And I tell you, if the body isn't working 100%, you're not going to get out there and get these things done, because you're just going to be wore out. You're not going to be thinking straight. You're going to be making mistakes. You're going to be fatigued. So be sure that you do this. And again, if you need to back these things out and do a time swap in your life and go to bed a little early so you can get up earlier and get things rolling, then do that. We talk about time shift all the time, but always get the necessary amount of sleep and rest that your body requires. Number 2 over here, limit your phone calls. This really made a difference in my life, and maybe it's limiting your email replies too. Is have some segments of some blocks of work of time that you do. I used to call it 60-90s. I work 90 and then have 60 minutes to go back and take phone calls and return phone calls, mainly because if you ever try and get a hold of me, you'll know that you probably get my voicemail, because I just don't answer the phone a lot. But I do get back to people. But I use 90-60 blocks. I'll work on my project for 90 minutes, and then I'll take a 60-minute block to kind of walk around, take 3 deeps, and get my body feeling great, and then I'll answer emails and take phone calls or return some phone calls for 60 minutes, and then I'm right back on it for 90 more minutes. So you might look at the 90-60 plan here, but schedule these out so they're not continually distracting you all day long. The next thing, carry a to-do list. Now, I'm really not a fan of to-do lists, but in my journal, my key actions, I do have in the journal a section for basically to-dos, like my honey-dos that I need to do for the day. But carry it with you at all times and jot down tasks as you think of them. We talked about this on Monday uh, in the weekly challenge. Is a lot of times if you, or maybe it was last week, I don't remember it was, but a lot of times you have a thought come across your mind, and I tell you, if you don't stop right then and write that down, you're probably going to lose it, right? So you want to be sure. It's some great ideas, maybe something you want to come back to, maybe a website that you came across or heard about, or more importantly, a book maybe that someone talked about. Write it down so you'll know. So that's the beauty of having that journal and that planner right with you all the time, is because you can just go in there and jot that down, and it's there for you. You can go back and review it. Number 4 down here, keep in mind the top 3 tasks you need to get done by highlighting them on your to-do list. Again, if you put it in your key action categories, and make sure that you've got to get those things done. But you have to write this down, folks. You can't just say, yeah, I'm going to do this. No, you have to write it down, and you got to check that stuff off. And what I do in mine is I use a green highlighter for when I've got it done, because it just lets, I can just go up there and look, and at the end of the week I can count them real quick, because I can see how many. And plus it makes me look good when I feel good when I got a green all over the top of my planner here. But put those down there, and as you get them done, just mark them off and let yourself know, give yourself that credit that, hey, I got this done. And then one that some of you may not really take advantage of is that it asks to be excused from meetings if they don't directly apply to you. A lot of times you get sucked into these things, and you get, especially these nowadays, you get so many doggone Zoom calls, and maybe you can just ask permission not to be in on one of them. Or, I mean, of course, in a Zoom call, you can kind of not pay attention anyway, but then they call your name and like, what? But ask to be excused from meetings if they don't directly apply to you. There's no sense in being in there if it's not really something that's going to help you get your key actions done for a week and help achieve your goals. And then when you lead meetings, you want to stick to the time limit of 30 minutes, hour, whatever it is. So you just don't want to go ad nauseum here. Have a pretty tight schedule. A lot of times we talk about standing up instead of sitting down. When people sit down at meetings, they tend to lounge around and they think that they're there to have a party or something. But if you stand up, everybody knows, hey, we're going to get this thing done and get out of here and get back to work. So when you leave meetings, be sure you stick to the time limit that you set for it. And then the last thing, but certainly not the least thing, is to promptly ask for help when you require it. And men, I'm talking to you. Yeah, my goodness. Ask for direction, for goodness sakes. Don't sit out there and be so proud and have that ego in the way that it's going to just measure you up. Get out there and ask for help. I mean, doggone it, people out there that want to help you, so allow them to help you, and quit stumbling and fumbling around, and just get out there and get it done. So promptly ask for help whenever you require it. So those are 7 things that just might help you out this week. Like I said, nothing earth-shattering here, just things that really kind of make sense. So hopefully you got something out of that. And I'm going to back out of here and just say goodbye to you real quick. But I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you tomorrow. We're going to have Thrive Thursday tomorrow, and I'll put that out there for you. And then Friday we've got another good Finish Strong Friday coming your way. So have a great day. I hope this helped you. And if you need any of these forms or any of these PDFs, just reach out to me at A to B for me, and I'll be happy to shoot them over to you. We'll talk to you later. Keep moving in the direction of your dreams. Have a good one. Bye.